Hello, everyone. My name is Marion with DTM Real Talk Channel. It's the channel that you can tune into, have the ability to listen to the thoughts of others about topics all over the world that touch every one of our lives. Everybody goes through basically the same thing. There is nothing new under the sun. So if you're going through, someone else has already been there. Maybe you can find hope. Maybe it's a pathway that can set you on the right road just by tuning in. So DTM Real Talk, just keeping it real. And if you like it, like us at the bottom, subscribe, and let us know just how we helped you. Just keeping it real. Nothing but love. Good evening, good morning, good night, wherever you are. This is DTM Real Talk, and we're just keeping it real this evening. I have a special guest. Ooh, she's excited. She's going to say hi before I tell her to say hi. Say hi to me, say hi.
Hello. I am super excited though, Miss Miriam.
Oh, bless your heart. Pronounce your name for me again.
Takila.
Takila. Y'all see, I've been saying it wrong. It's tequila, like the worm, like the drink, tequila.
Right. I
What
get teased about it all the time.
That's right. And I actually met Takila, guys. This is real talk. I met her a few days ago. Right. And we had us a ball on the phone. She was referred to me by the guy y'all heard last week, Jimmy, which is her friend. So, you know, God is moving. He's connecting. He's that kind of God. He does that. And so Takila, again, say hi to the good folks out there.
Hello. For the second time.
And tell the good folks where you're from.
I'm actually from Columbia, South Carolina.
Columbia, South Carolina. Born and raised?
Born and raised.
Awesome. And what about your children? You have children? You married?
I am not married. I have one daughter. She's in grad school, actually, in Chicago at Northwestern.
Oh, congratulations. And your occupation?
I am a salon owner. I've been doing hair over 10 years. I am the proud owner of Salon Therapy, which is located downtown Columbia, South Carolina.
Very well. I will get your information at the end and put it on. So the women of God that are trying to find you, the women all over the world that are trying to find you, they may just take a trip just to be in your presence so you can move them up a little bit.
Yeah, but that's what I do. My motto is where beauty and healing meet.
Say it again.
Where beauty and healing meets.
Oh, beautiful. Yeah. Beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. What gave you that name?
At the time I was actually going through I guess a rebirth, because I've noticed that during this walk in this journey that we tend to go through numerous rebirths. So at this particular point in my life, I was going through rebirth of and it just came to me. Actually, it just came to me, and when it came to me, I thought it was actually beautiful, but then I didn't realize the connection of it until after everything was all brought together.
Okay, the connection of the name of the business to your life, is that what you're saying?
The name of the business to my life, as well as my motto when it comes to the business, because the salon name is Salon Therapy, and I spell it THAIRPY.
Okay. Well, we'll talk about that.
Okay. Yeah.
Very interesting. Well, we're so glad to have you on. I'm super excited. I really am. All I asked her was to share with me what she wanted to share with the world, and she just gave me a one sentence, and I say, stop. I don't want to hear it, because I want to be able to tell the good folks out there that I have not heard this story and that I'm hearing this story for the first time, just like you. I heard a sentence enough to let me know that this girl's story need to be heard by the world, huh?
Okay. Yes, it do.
All right.
Yes, it do.
Yes. Awesome. So you have a daughter in college. You're a proud business owner. What about siblings?
I have 5 siblings, actually. I am the baby of 5.
Okay.
We lost one sibling back
So
in
sorry.
1990 by a police officer, actually.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Oh,
So
I'm sorry to hear that.
it's 4 of us still left.
Okay. If you don't mind me asking, by a police officer, was that injustice or what was that about?
Well, he was having some issues with some guys that did not, he was in high school. He was a nice looking guy. He was a basketball player, and he had the girls that were interested in him, and
Yes.
it was some guys that was, more street than he was.
Gotcha.
And they had girlfriends that was interested in my brother, and one of them didn't like my brother, so they were all out at a nightclub one night, and
Okay.
things escalated, and
And that's how it happened. I'm so sorry. Yes. And how long ago was that?
that was actually in 1990. He was 17 years old, actually.
Oh, wow. Oh, wow. Yes, I'm sorry. So left the siblings are how many girls, how many boys?
It's 2 girls and 2 boys. Originally, it was 3 boys and 2 girls.
So 2 and 2 for awesome. So are your siblings, are you and your siblings close?
We are. We
Very
are. My the only ones left here in South Carolina is me, my sister, and my oldest brother. But my mom and my next to the oldest brother are located in New Jersey.
Oh, okay. Okay. I've been to Jersey once in my life. It was so cold. But oh
I
no,
can't
it
do
was
it.
so cold. And I have a very dear friend that's in Maryland. And I love her to pieces. Love her to pieces. Actually, I just came from visiting her with an event, an organization that we were a part of together that I was introduced to. And I met her. But anyway, had an amazing time in Maryland. But I was so happy the weather was so beautiful.
Yeah.
I know I didn't want to do the cold. I like cold, but I don't want to do that cold. Okay.
Yeah, I'll get you on that one, Miss Mary. I like cold, but I am not with the cold.
That cold. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Okay. All right. All right. So you're gonna tell us a little bit of your childhood. How did that roll?
Oh, it was
Were your
rough.
parents married? Your parents were together?
My parents were not married, but they were together.
They were
Actually, my
together.
mom, it was rough for my mom too. So I guess, as the cycle continued, it became rough for us as well.
Okay.
So, just like I said, I'm the baby of 5, so I was the last one, and she struggled. She struggled a lot. She had 5 kids. She was a single parent to all 5 kids after her and my father broke up. So we struggled a lot. It wasn't easy, but she did the best that she could, and we
Right.
made the best out of a not so good situation, like
Right.
a lot of us do. So
Right. Absolutely. So I'm gonna kind of let this flow with you sharing. So talk about that. Just kind of what happened with you and was that your father?
that
Your
was my father,
That was your
my
father.
biological father.
Talk
Yes.
about that. How was
Um,
life in the very beginning? Mm-hmm.
Well, I used to remember seeing my dad and my mom fight a lot,
Okay.
like physically fight.
How old were
But
you then? How old were you?
mm,
How old were you?
I was very young, so I'll say I was around the age of maybe. Well, when I started notice the fighting, I was a little older, so I would say like maybe 4 or 5.
Okay.
But being the baby, I was the last one to actually go to school.
Uh-huh.
So my mom would go to work. All the other kids, my siblings would be at school, and it was my father's responsibility to take me to my grandmother's house, which was his mother, um, to watch me while everybody else was at school and my mom was at work.
Okay.
So that would be the time when he would actually victimize me, when I was by myself and it was just me and him. And usually he would do it before he take me to my grandmother's
Wait,
house.
back up. Okay. Takila, you were 4, 5, 6, somewhere around there. And you're,
I was actually 3 or 4 at this time.
oh,
But
wow.
when the fighting became more visible to me to understand what they were actually going through, I was like maybe 4 or 5.
Right.
But the actual abuse started like around maybe 3.
So your father, your biological father, started molesting you around 4 years old.
Yes.
Okay. So what happened after you, how long did that last? Can you recall?
Oh, it lasted for years. I might have found the strength to actually tell my mother when I got in like the 1st grade. So I was about maybe 7, 6 or 7.
Can you remember how you told her?
Of course.
Well,
Um,
I'm
he
like, go ahead.
actually, he actually, I'm so much better with it now because I'm older now, so but he actually used to do it to me and my sister, but my sister wasn't his biological child, but me and her was aware of the things that happened, what he was doing to both of us. So we would just have that conversation between us two.
Uh-huh.
So one day, um, me, my sister, and my mom was walking from the grocery store. And I don't know what made me feel like I wanted to tell her, but I looked at my sister and I said, "You think I should tell mama?" And she just looked like she was shocked that I even said it because it just came out.
Right.
So she kept
Because it was
looking,
just you
and
and
my
her
mom said,
talking. It was just you and her talking before. You and your sister
right,
talking.
it's just me and her private conversation. We
Okay.
knew what he was doing. We both was tired of it. We both were scared. We both didn't know what to do. So I just was like, "Do you think I should tell?" Her being the oldest, so if she say go, I'm going. Right. So
Right.
I said, "You
Right.
think I should tell?" And she was like, she just looked at me. And my mom was like, "Tell me what?" So I kept looking at my sister and I was like, "You think I should tell mom?" And then I guess my mom got frustrated because I wouldn't answer her. And she was just like, "Tell me what?" And
Uh-huh.
I just came out. I just came out with it. I was like, "Mom, dad has been doing, this to us."
Uh-huh.
And she immediately got us home, dropped the groceries, and took us straight to the police station. She
Okay.
asked no questions at all.
Okay. Okay. So you told your mom this on the way from school,
On the way from the grocery store.
from the grocery store.
From the grocery store.
And you and your sister just walking with your mom talking, and it just came.
Just walking around, mom. And it just something was like you it was almost like now or never. And I just wanted my sister to be on board because I knew that it was affecting her too.
Right.
So if she would have told me, tell, I
Right.
would have,
Your
she the
elder
oldest
sister.
sister,
Right. Right.
right?
How much older
Okay,
was she? How
she's
much
2 years older than me.
2 years older than you? So how well, okay. So how did she respond when you said it to your mother?
I can't really remember how she responded because my mom just kind of like lost it. Like when
Right.
I told it to her, it was like everything happened so fast then. We was almost home as we were walking from the store. So we got to the house and just like I said, she immediately dropped the groceries. She didn't ask me any other questions. She took me straight to the police station.
Wow. And what happened when y'all got to the police? Do you remember?
So when we got to the police station, of course we had to, tell the police officers what had happened. We also had to write statements and well, not really write them because we were so young, but
Right.
they actually did their process, however they do things. And my mom actually left him, so she did not stay.
Right. Of course not. Yeah. And I hear so many mothers, I've heard this, that happens to their children, that they're molested by their boyfriends or whatever, fathers or not, and they stay. That was going to be
Yeah,
my next question. What did
yeah,
your mom
she
do?
did not stay. She did not stay. She actually packed us up and she left. I don't think my father had an idea what was going on.
Uh-huh.
So she left and We went and we stayed with some friends until, she got situated, but they eventually, pressed charges on my father. And when they found him, he was in the old house that we were living in, and he was in a closet up under a pile of clothes. So I
Huh?
think he knew. Yes.
So he was scared. He was
He was,
scared. Yeah.
and hide. Yeah, he was hiding.
Oh, he was high too. So he was
He was
involved.
hiding. He was up under a
Oh,
bunch of
hiding,
clothes.
hiding,
Yeah,
hiding.
he was hiding. Yes.
Oh, okay. So they
Yes.
arrested him from that house.
They arrested him from that house. We actually went to trial. He denied all claims, all accusations throughout the whole entire process. Even during trial, he claimed innocent. So we had to, it was a very uncomfortable situation being young. So we had
Yes.
social workers coming to the school and calling us out of class, and we have to go in this office and sit down and talk with them and continue to explain over and over again what was done to you. And they had dolls back then where you had to actually, demonstrate on the dolls what was being done to you. And eventually, after the trial, he was sentenced to 25 years in the penitentiary. He did 14 years and maxed out.
Wow. Yeah, yeah. And I know he got his due while he was in there too. Yeah,
He did. He
yeah.
did.
So where is he still in penitentiary, or where is he now?
No, he actually passed away a few years ago.
A few years ago. He passed away while in penitentiary?
No, he was actually home. He was actually home, and we had actually developed a relationship before he died.
Oh, okay, okay. So you developed a relationship with your father. How long ago after he was released from the pen?
Well, when he first got locked up, my grandfather would still take me to go visit him on visitation sometimes.
Really?
So yeah.
Was
So
that
when I got
his father or your mom's father?
that's his father.
His father.
Right. That's who I call my dad.
Yeah. Okay.
My grandfather, right. So we would still go visit him. He was visit him until I got a little older and I decided I didn't want to go anymore. And when I decided I didn't want to go anymore, I stopped going. But he eventually got out, and even
Let me pause you right there. Let's talk about the time that you were visiting him. Let's talk about that.
okay.
I guess my first question would be not to you, but why would your grandfather want you to continue visiting him being so young? Don't answer that. And this has happened to you, and you want to take this child to see the man that perpetrated her, the child. So don't answer that. But so during this period, the first time that he took you to see your father while he was in the pen after he was convicted, can you remember the feelings that you had when you first went to see him?
To be honest with you, I never felt disheartened towards him at all. I never felt, I knew what he was doing wasn't right. But I also felt like that maybe it was my fault. Maybe I played a part in it. So I never had like anger issues when it came to how I perceived him. To me, he was my father.
Okay.
So I don't know why God allowed me.
This was at the time you were younger, or you're speaking of the time you were older?
I'm talking throughout the whole experience.
The whole experience. You didn't.
The whole experience. I never felt like anger towards him for it. And then just like I said, I don't know why God allowed me to process it that way. But I did, feel like maybe because things will happen to me when he would do that. You get what I'm saying? Like things will happen within my body when he would do those things, because he never actually penetrated. He always fondled.
Right.
So, but things, my body will react to
Will
it.
respond. Absolutely.
Right. So me thinking psychologically, because my body is doing those things, that I'm contributing to what's being done to me.
I got it. I got it. You were actually blaming yourself because your God-made body was doing what it was supposed to be doing when that happens. So as a child, you're blaming yourself that you participated. Am I reading that correctly?
Correct.
Okay. Okay. Wow. That is something. So wow. First of all, thank you. Thank you for coming to the place that you can actually share that much. For all the young women out there that are struggling, are older too, struggling with knowing that you've gone through molestation period or a sexual assault in your life, that you're not alone. There's more than you can imagine that have gone through that and have not been able to express it. So thank you so much for that. Now, what I would like to say to the young women out there that this may be happening too, that it's okay to tell.
It is.
Can you tell them it's okay to tell before we time off?
It is absolutely okay to tell. It is absolutely okay to tell at this time. It's absolutely okay to tell if it has passed. It's absolutely okay to tell at any time.
Yes. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. And what I want to do is I want you to tell the folks, because right now at this point in your life that you share with us, you've taken blame, you've taken some sort of responsibility for an act that someone else did to you. And so you're saying that at the end of the day, y'all did have a relationship, a positive relationship. So what I want to do is next week, I want you to go into the beginning of that relationship, but I also would like for you to tell or share some of the residue of some of the things that happened to you after you were older that you know was a result of your the molestation period with your father. Okay, so with that said, this is DTM Real Talk, y'all, and we're just doing what? Keeping it real. And we'll see you next week.
Thanks for watching DTM Real Talk. Be sure to join us for more conversation. And oh yeah, don't forget to hit that like button, share, and subscribe while you're there.